What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and for this one, man, I wanted to give you guys another updated top 10 list. This time is going to be for the universal category, and I kid you guys not, even though the universal class is the smallest class in the game, only housing 33 characters, this one was the hardest one to make by far. And as you can see for yourself, I have way more than 10 characters favorited. So for this one, guys, I'm actually going to give you the top 10 for me, as well as some honorable mentions, because I really could not leave these characters out of this video because some of them are just so freaking awesome. They're just not good enough to be in my top 10, but they're still freaking awesome characters and I love playing with them. So gotta put them in this video. So we're gonna start off with the mentions first, and then we're gonna jump into my actual top 10. So the first character here that I want to put on my mentions is actually my Proxima, the very first tier 2 native I ever built in this game. Proxima got me through some very dark times. She's an amazing character in this Infinity War uniform. Honestly, guys, she's an absolute beast. Great damage, great survivability. She has 5 iframes, so an iframe on every single skill. She's great for ABX, very good for World Boss Ultimate. I even see people using her in timeline battle. I would not recommend her there though, but overall, she's a fantastic character in basically any game mode you put her in. Okay, so next character on this list is actually going to be Loki. Yeah, Loki's not in my top 10. Crazy to say. Loki's in the mentions, okay? But Loki in this uniform, great DPS, great for ABX, overall decent survivability. This uniform fixes everything that was ever wrong with the base kit for Loki. Never buy this uniform, guys. That's pure garbage. Anyways, pains me to look at it because it looks cool, but it has no real value. Anyways, Loki in this uniform, absolute beast, so I could not leave him off this list. Next character I want to shout out here is actually Odin. Odin's on this list because he has really good damage and he has an amazing leadership. Really sad because this guy's kit is so dated and I really want us to get a uniform for Odin. What's going on, Netmarble? You love selling uniforms. Why not sell us one for Odin? I'm sure no one would complain if we got a premium uniform for Odin. We've been begging for that, so let's get that uniform for Odin sometime real soon. Next character here in the mentions is actually my Satana. Satana without this uniform really lacks survivability, but if you pick it up, she's actually an amazing character. Very good kit. She has a great leadership. She has damage block and a guard, and she is just super fun to play. I still am very upset that they changed the animation for her 5th skill, but overall she's a great character. And the fact that we now have a female universal superhero day, Satana is a really good character for you to develop. Next character down here in the mentions is actually my Blue Marvel. I know right away some of you guys are gonna be like, whoa, Blue Marvel is not in the top 10? What's going on? And the reason for that is because for me, Blue Marvel's damage is really good, but the other characters on this list, their damage is better, right? So that's why Blue Marvel is down here in the mentions. He's a really good character, great for PvP. Honestly, if you build him super defensively, he's a freaking nightmare to face in timeline battle, for sure. But when it comes to World Boss Ultimate, there's lots of other characters that can do better than him, and the same goes for ABX. But overall, this kit is actually pretty good. He has multiple iframes, damage block, an attack buff on his fort, a really good 4-star passive, and a decent leadership if you want to stack his all defenses and make him a super ultra mega tank. Now jumping into my actual top 10, I know some of you guys are going to immediately disagree with this one, but for me, the number 10 spot actually goes to this guy, Cull Obsidian. Yes, Cull Obsidian. You are not hearing things, you're not seeing things, okay? Cull Obsidian is now in my top 10. The guy who was the worst tier 2 native in the game is now in my top 10 for the universal category, believe it or not. And that is completely reliant on the fact that in this uniform he gets a few skill changes, and on top of that he gets healing as a part of his tier 2 passive. He desperately needed that. But in this uniform, this guy is an absolute beast. His damage is insane. Just to put it in perspective for you guys, okay? If you build this guy super offensively, on the universal supervillain day, he can break 1,000,000 points in ABX. That's pretty damn close to what you can get with Anti-Man, and more than what you can get in most cases with Thanos in his Infinity War uniform. That's how strong Cull Obsidian gets in this uniform, okay? I'm not lying to you guys. I've seen it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. Cull Obsidian is insanely powerful in this thing, man. Because of this uniform giving him the damage block, the healing, and massive amount of damage on his 5 and his 4, he's actually solidly holding down a spot in my top 10. Yes, boys, Cull Obsidian, his claim to fame is because of this uniform, but he's a beast in it, boys. Now, number 9 on this list is another character that I know a lot of you guys are gonna disagree with, and that is actually Dormammu. Now, Dormammu's on this list for me, even though his value over time has depreciated quite a bit because of the fact that I still think he's a pretty amazing character. I'd love to see a fun and interesting uniform for him sometime in the future, but I still think the character holds some value, especially in World Boss Ultimate if you put him up against Ebony Maw. But overall, his kit is freaking awesome because he can heal when he's attacking, he can revive himself at full HP, he has really good damage on his 5th skill, and he can reflect 40% of the damage received, and it doesn't matter if it's physical or energy. So because of these things, I still think this guy is an amazing character and one that is a must-have for any roster. So holding out the number 9 spot for me, guys, is Dormammu. Number 8 on this list is a character that I think is a god in PvP. One that any week that my Jean Grey or my Thanos or both of those characters are banned, he is the leader for my team. Well, not the leader in terms of the actual leader, but he's the main guy that I use to kill everybody. I can one-shot basically anybody with this guy. I've shown you guys how he performs in timeline before. The boogeyman of the Black Order, the general, okay? Corvus Glaive, okay? This guy, he takes heads. Seriously, he's a freaking beast. I can basically one-shot any character with his 2 skill, and if they for some reason dodge that, I hit them with the 3. Basically, 2-3 can kill any character in timeline battle. That's how strong this guy is, but that's not even the selling point for Corvus, okay? Corvus can revive himself at full HP thanks to his 4-star passive. He has summons. He has a really powerful 5th skill that buffs him. Oh my goodness, he's just so much fun to play. Multiple iframes, a guard hit, damage block. There's so much to say about Corvus. PvP, he is a monster. I just wish he was a little bit stronger for World Boss Ultimate, but he's also really good in Alliance battles. So yeah, pains me to put him so low, but he's my guy. Has to be on this list, man. Corvus Glaive, the boogeyman of the Black Order. God freaking damn it. Now, number 7, I may be upsetting quite a few of you guys by doing this, but I've been having so much fun with this character. Oh my goodness, and I can't wait to bring you guys some of the highlights of using him. But take my word for it, he definitely belongs in the top 10. For some of you guys, probably not this high. For me though, oh my goodness. Iron freaking Hammer. I'm not sure if it's because he's part Thor that I love him so much, but he's so freaking powerful. He's great against all the World Boss Ultimate stages, and he absolutely annihilates Ebony Maw because he's an energy character that deals lightning damage. He's so freaking strong. Multiple iframes. He has damage block. He can channel. He can heal. Oh my freaking goodness. Oh, and he's free to play. Oh my goodness, absolutely love Iron Hammer. He's holding down that number 7 spot, maybe a little bit too high, but because of his World Boss Ultimate and Alliance battle potential, he is an amazing character. I wouldn't use him in PvP though, but I may try him out there if you guys want to see how he performs there. I don't have too much faith in how he performs in PvP though, so keep that in mind. Number 6 on this list is actually going to be another new entry, okay? You guys probably already know who this is. It's actually going to be Ghost Panther, another character that I've been having quite a lot of fun with. I absolutely love Ghost Panther. I'm not even sure if it's because of the fact that he's half Black Panther, but check out this freaking Panther. I know I show you guys basically every single time I use him, and that's just because the Panther is freaking awesome. But that's not even the selling point of the character, man. This guy, oh my goodness, where do I begin? Multiple iframes, okay? Long iframe on the 5th, okay? 4 skill, 5 seconds of damage immunity. 3 skill, 5 seconds of damage immunity with damage accumulation. A tier 2 passive that he can use to buff his own damage because it gives him a 50% increase to fire damage, and it gives him a massive 45% increase whenever he's up against super villains. And on top of that, his leadership 15% crit rate, 30% fire damage. A great character all around. Good DPS, very good survivability, and amazing support type, and that's why he's so high up this list. Honestly, I wanted to put him higher up, so I know some of you guys may be a little bit upset that he's so low. Number 5 for me, guys, another character that is a great leader and a very, very good support if you have his uniform, Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw, because of his uniform, as you can see for yourself, 25% increase to damage dealt whenever you're up against universal types. Okay, so very good support type to have. And the mind control, 10 seconds of mind control, that is huge. The only downside of this, when it misses, it really affects him. Okay, really affects him. So you want to make sure that whenever you go up against enemies that have really high dodge, you bring some other character that you can use to give you a little bit of ignore dodge, or build him with some ignore dodge in his kit, because I've found that whenever enemies dodge this, or if they remove it from himself, he becomes very vulnerable. But he's a great leadership to have. He has long iframes, decent damage, a very good support, and the mind control is just clutch, especially in World Boss Ultimate. Number 4 is actually going to be here because of his ABX potential and, of course, his insane amount of damage. Anti-Man. Honestly, Anti-Man, boys. Absolute beast, okay? You can see for yourself a massive attack buff on the 5th skill. 4 skill is a channeling skill. 3 skill, you can see for yourself another attack buff. 2 skill is that right? It's an iframe. 1 skill, damage block, and damage accumulation. Overall, an amazing kit. A very hard character to get to tier 2, but once you get him there, he will not disappoint you. PvP is not for him, but anything in PvE, he melts that thing, honestly. Number 3, another character that is very hard to attain, and one that I recently got to tier 2. Y'all already know who it is. My boy, Sammy, my guy. Honestly, he's a beast. Like a 3 skill, you can see for yourself, super armor, a guard hit, it channels. 2 skill, probably the best skill in the game, guys. Decreases the enemy's all defense, hits them when they're in iframe, it penetrates basically everything. Super armor, barrier, shield, all damage, immunity, and invincibility. There's nothing you can do to hide from this skill, and it can one-shot basically any character in the game. A great 5 skill, invincibility with decent damage. 4 skill is an iframe, 1 skill is an iframe. Honestly, Nova is a god in PvP, and he's really good in PvE as well. Next character on this list is actually my guy, Thanos, the purple raisin, my guy. Anyways, he's a really good character in PvP, one of the best PvP characters. However, when it comes to World Boss Ultimate, I'm really disappointed in how low his potential is there. Honestly, anything past 20, he really struggles, and I mean any stage past 20. He struggles. He really struggles. But that's also the case for someone like Doctor Strange, who's also a really good PvP character, right? I really want him to get a really awesome, shout out to my guy, Boar. Anyways, before I actually get distracted, I really want Thanos to get a really good tier 3 skill that gives him a massive attack buff, or something that does a ton of freaking damage to make him much better in World Boss Ultimate, because that's where he's very underwhelming to me. But his overall kit is really good. 5th skill, iframe, very long iframe at that. You can see for yourself 80% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage, immunity, and basically any character that gets hit by this, they're dead. Honestly, any character is dead. 4 skill, it's amazing because it really doesn't need a target at all, and once you trigger this thing, you're just gonna get bombarded with meteors. It's great. 3 skill can one-shot you as well, and it can penetrate. 1 skill debuffs you, protects Thanos by giving him that invincibility. Honestly, overall, it's a great kit. He has healing. The only thing this guy doesn't have is revive. Honestly, he's an amazing character. Uniform is great as well. It takes a long time and a lot of XP to get this thing to mythic. I've been grinding for a while now. Granted, I've been taking some breaks in between. Number 1 on this list is my guy, Thor. An amazing character all around. He's good enough, and he's one of the only characters that I can use to take down every single World Boss Ultimate stage. And I mean past 25, very close to 30 against every single World Boss, okay? Every single World Boss. He's a freaking monster. I have him built super offensively, CTP off destruction, really good ISO set. His overall kit is just freaking awesome, boys. But yeah, guys, that is it for my top 10 for the Universal class. Let me know what your top 10 looks like, and let me know how you would have shaken up the order of some of these characters, because I know my ordering, my list, the way how I have it structured may not be the exact same for a lot of you guys, especially where I placed Iron Hammer, Ghost Panther, and probably Ebony Maw. But yeah guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.